Tomorrow we can drive around this dump while we watch gender void rats hump. We're getting the attention that we crave, but we hate Kate. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Oh, the jealousy continues in the WNBA. I told you this was coming. 2, maybe 3 months ago, I told you guys one of the many reasons that Caitlin Clark should remain at Iowa instead of becoming a rookie trash engineer in the WNBA dump was because there would be so much jealousy, so much resentment towards her in the WNBA. I didn't need a PhD in psychology from Woke U to figure this out. The only thing needed was wisdom. Wisdom gained from 39 years of converting oxygen to carbon dioxide, which, as you guys know, the ability to breathe, that automatically qualifies you for first team all WNBA in the dump. Back in 2001, Fat Joe, he released an album called Jose. Now, this wasn't a concept album about dudes named Jose. Jose was an acronym that meant jealous ones still envy. If Fat Joe were to release a follow-up to that album today, it would be called WNBA. Some people are surprised at the amount of jealousy and resentment that Caitlin Clark is getting from her peers, but it really shouldn't be all that surprising. For decades, the WNBA has been a huge embarrassing failure, and men have been blamed. It's misogyny, it's toxic masculinity, men refuse to watch, men refuse to give women a chance. Today, millions of dudes are finally giving the WNBA a chance, myself included. And who is destroying this momentum? Who is destroying the opportunity? Who is self-destructing? Who is filling the headlines with negative publicity and pettiness? Women. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Last year, Dr. Denise Renoir, I mean, who cares? It doesn't matter what her name is. Unlike pretend Dr. Jill Biden, Denise Renoir, she is an actual doctor. She wrote a blog last year discussing jealousy amongst women. Now, of course, she blamed patriarchy, translation, men, but there was a point that she made that pertains to the jealousy that Caitlin Clark is experiencing in the WNBA. Women may feel envious of others who have managed to break through barriers and succeed, as these opportunities are often scarce. In the case of the WNBA, those opportunities are impossible. This league has been completely ignored for 3 decades, and when they finally start to get noticed, when they finally start to get the mainstream attention they think they deserve, they are doing everything they can to destroy it. Last night, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sewage Cleaners, they defeated the NYC LGBT. Very few people saw this game since it wasn't televised. Supposedly, the Barclays Center was filled to 70% capacity. Supposedly, there were over 12,000 people in attendance. If there were 12,000 people at that game last night, they must have been muted. It was so silent in the Barclays Center, you could hear the toilets flushing in the nosebleeds. Now, this was a big win for Angel Reese and the Sewage Cleaners from Chicago. Angel Reese was absolutely dominant on the glass last night. She grabbed 15 rebounds, one of which came on one of the more popular moves in the WNBA, the airballed layup. And I'm not making that up, that actually happened. But after the game, you would think that Angel Reese would be in a celebratory mood. Not only did they get the big win, the WNBA also booked them a private flight home in a hot air balloon. Unfortunately, though, there were no feelings of joy. Dump divers from Chicago, they were in no mood to celebrate last night. They were once again filled with bitterness and jealousy. In a now deleted tweet, Angel Reese said after the game, and that's on getting a win in a packed area, not just cause of one player on our charter flight. I quoted that verbatim, but let me try to translate. I think Angel Reese is saying they got a win in a packed arena that clearly was not packed since thousands of seats were empty, and they were able to win one on the road as a team without the added benefit, without the competitive advantage of private airfare. Basically, Caitlin Clark is pampered and we're still winning, even though we are treated like WNBA players instead of being treated like professional athletes. Now, this would be like the Lakers beating the Nuggets in the regular season, and LeBron James says after the game, we silenced the sold-out crowd, and we didn't need Anthony Edwards, the face of the NBA, to do it. What does Anthony Edwards have to do with the Lakers beating the Nuggets? Absolutely nothing. So what the hell does Caitlin Clark have to do with Angel Reese beating unknown players in New York City? Correct me if I'm wrong here. Wasn't it just a few weeks ago that Angel Reese was saying that she had no problem with Caitlin Clark? Me and Kate are besties. We're always there for each other. Katie is my friend. I love you. You love me. There's no sense of jealousy. What the hell happened? Why the sudden change with Angel Reese? Maybe, just maybe, Angel Reese has changed her mentality because every other player in the league feels the same way. But it's not just WNBA players that feel this way. This narrative of jealousy, it is being exploited and promoted by the mainstream media. You guys remember Elle Duncan, right? I know it's been a while since we have talked about Ellie here on the channel. I guess ESPN no longer allows her to release her vitriol on SportsCenter, so she is now unleashing those toxic mouth farts on a podcast that very few people are listening to. The Elle Duncan Show, it is promoted on ESPN's YouTube channel, which has almost 12 million subscribers. In the last 2 weeks, Elle Duncan has barely eclipsed 100,000 views. Yesterday, Elle Duncan once again lectured us toxically masculine men. Watch for yourself.
Here's my thing, you guys. What else? Who are these girls? Who are these girls that are hating on Caitlin Clark? Are you just combing through Twitter? What else are these women supposed to do? Fawn over her? Fangirl over her? Bend the fucking knee? Kiss the ring? Like, what do you want from them? We are not every single game gonna revisit and retread this same tired ass rhetoric that all these girls are hating on her, and they need to be thankful. They have been. Sure. They've said it time and time and time again. It is embarrassing because if this was the men and you just watched a bunch of other dudes fawn over someone all the time, you'd call them weak. That would be a soft move. Where's your competition? Where's the animus that used to be in the NBA when they really hated each other? Now they're all friends. It's so boring. We hate it. With women, you want them to do what?
Do you see the bitterness I'm talking about? Do you see the resentment? First of all, Elle Duncan said something about WNBA players refusing to bend the knee to Caitlin Clark. I don't remember anyone asking WNBA players to bend the knee, but it was an ironic choice of words since dump divers had no problem bending the knee during the playing of the national anthem. Elle Duncan asked, where are all these women hating on Caitlin Clark? I don't see them! Let's see. The Sue Bird, Donna Taurasi, they were literally diminishing Caitlin Clark during the Final Four. Someone please show me a clip of LeBron James playing high school basketball and veteran players in the NBA criticizing him, diminishing him. If anything, NBA players get criticized for being too nice to each other. How many times have we heard fans complain, myself included, about NBA players being too friendly? This doesn't happen in the NBA. Why? Because for the most part, men really don't get jealous of other men. 2 years ago, my wife, she decided to delete her Facebook account. It was the best decision that she ever made for herself. I didn't ask her to delete it. It was a decision that she made to benefit herself. The reason she deleted Facebook, it was having a negative impact on her mentally. She would see friends posting pictures of their new house or their redecorated rooms. She would see friends wearing designer dresses or jewelry or Whatever. Even though she's got all the same things, seeing other women have it, it would bother her temporarily. So she deleted Facebook and she no longer has that problem. Women are always competing with each other. Men are the complete opposite. I don't give a shit what my friends have. My friend gets a new car. If he starts a new business and it succeeds, good for him. Only thing I care about is what I'm doing. Women are different. They're always competing with other women. Let's see, who else is hating on Caitlin Clark? Bree Stu. Now we have Angel Reese subtly going after her. Elle Duncan. Hell, the better question would be, where are all these women supporting Caitlin Clark? Does anyone know where they are? I can't find them. What happened to girl power? What happened to women lifting up other women? What the hell happened to all that? I got news for Elle Duncan. Listen closely. I'm going to be as clear and direct as possible. The vast majority of men do not give a single fuck about the WNBA. We don't care. The WNBA could cease to exist tomorrow. Most men wouldn't even notice. If the WNBA is going to succeed, that success, it is going to come from the support of women. Kind of hard to generate support when it seems like the women in the league are demonizing their only star. This hasn't reached disaster levels yet, but this could be disastrous for the WNBA. One of two things could happen here. Caitlin Clark could be viewed as a sympathetic figure. Caitlin Clark could be viewed as the underdog overcoming the resentment. But in order for that to happen, she's got to start winning. Or people could eventually get tired of the pettiness. They could get tired of the ridiculous drama and turn the WNBA off. Elle Duncan mentioned men being praised for rivalries while women seem to be vilified for it, which could be further from the truth. There's a huge difference between old rivalries in the NBA and what's happening right now in the WNBA. The rivalry between Michael Jordan and the Pistons, for example, that rivalry, it was personal. It was based on competition. When Tom Brady was in Tampa, the Bucks and the Saints, they were big rivals, Brady versus Breeze. Again, that was based on competition. It was based on football. What's happening right now in the WNBA, this is based on pettiness, jealousy, resentment. This league already has a reputation for whining. The WNBA already has an established reputation of complaining. They complain about salaries, they complain about accommodations, they complain about airfare, and now they are complaining about Caitlin Clark getting all the attention and recognition. Go ahead, though. Go ahead. Destroy your own league. Who are they going to blame if that happens? Because you can't blame men this time. Give me your thoughts on this. Angel Reese subtly criticizes Caitlin Clark. Elle Duncan unleashes a bitter rant lecturing men about their supposed treatment of other WNBA players. As predicted right here on the channel, it seems like the jealousy and resentment are increasing. Could this potentially destroy interest in the WNBA? Or could this actually increase interest? Could be a good thing. I don't know. You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. Appreciate your support. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.